What's up, guys? It's Bolt, and I'm back here with another build video. Today's video, we're going to be going over my Bloodmage build, level 150. So let's go over his stats. Vigor is 60. Again, guys, I always say you want to get as close to 60 vigor as possible. You want to survive those big damage hits that this game has. Mind, we did not touch. We left it at 9. This is a dueling build, so we could get away with leaving the mind at 9, especially since the spells we're using, the incantations we're using don't cost much FP. Endurance is 17. That's just enough to get the fashion that I want right here. This build is not a super try hard build. It's strong. It's a strong build, but it's not super try hard, so I don't need to stack giga poise on it. So I think we have the minimum poise on this build at 61. That's like the minimum you want to have, but my character looks clean as hell. If you would ask me, man, look at this. That's top fashion right there. Killing it with 61 points, so we're good enough with 17. Endurance, strength is at 16, dexterity is at 49, and I'll explain that in a second. Intelligence we did not touch. Faith is at 15, just to use the incantations that we have on this build, and arcane is 56. So back to dexterity and arcane. They are the way they are because that's the way I was able to maximize my attack rating on my Bloody Helix here. I played around with the numbers, and that was the best that I got. So we still get pretty good casting speed too. Dexterity is tied to casting speed, so our casting speed is pretty good at 49. And also our blood buildup is tied to arcane, so we have, I think it's maxed out at 2, also at around 50 arcane. I think your status buildup is maxed out, so win-win there. Let's go over the incantations we're using. So first incantation is Catch Flame, which is one of the best in the game, guys. Catch Flame is just comes out so fast. You could just spam it. Back. Great at roll catching. You get somebody with the running R2, they're gonna try to roll away for the next hit. Catch it with the Catch Flame out of that. It does really good damage. When I boost up with Flame Grant Me Strength, it does maybe around 450 damage or so, which is respectable. And if you're chaining it and just spamming it like this, they're gonna lose like 1200 health before they at the blink of an eye. So very strong. Blood Flame Talons, actually pretty underrated in my opinion. It's really good, especially if you're casting Catch Flame a lot. Blood Flame Talons is gonna throw your opponent's timing off because it has that delay in the explosion that will throw off their timing. And I noticed after I connect an R1 with the Helix, they usually tend to roll into me or around me to try to get a hit right after that. So that's when I'll do an R1 and then hit a Blood Flame Talon. They'll roll into the Blood Flame Talon, which is pretty nice. It does decent damage. This is in the 300s, but it also does that blood buildup, the slow like damage the damage over time blood buildup, which is nice on this build. And I've gotten people to proc bleed just by the overtime blood buildup. Really nice. Blood Boon, not the best incantation, but it looks really cool. It's great for area control, area denials, things of that nature. Comes out a little slow, so you just got to keep in mind when you're throwing that. And also free aim it. When you're going to throw this thing, unlock from your opponent and then kind of like guess where they're going to go. And it does cover a large area. So again, this also has the overtime blood buildup, which is nice. So if you connect, even with a little bit of it, and you've been hitting people with your Helix or your offhand blood S-Stock, it's nice to get that nice blood buildup. Dragonfire, it's not a Gale's Flame, I know, and I don't even use this incantation often. I only use this for people who are going to run away from me, you know, sorcerers or people who are just like big time spellcasters that they really want to run away and just cast their spells. You give me enough room to cast this, you deserve to get hit with it. So I very rarely use it, but it's there if somebody does that. And Flame Grant Me Strength, that's the only buff we use on this build. It will buff your physical damage as well as your fire damage. So all of these spells are all fire damage. Yes, even the Blood Flame Talons and Blood Boon, they are considered Blood Flame spells. So it does get boosted up with the Flame Grant Me Strength. And let's go over our gear now. So this build, you can use a variety of weapons, but me, I mainly just use the Bloody Helix. And I use the offhand Blood S-Stock. So this is very similar to that try-hard setup that a lot of top players use when they use the Godskin Stitcher or the Great Epi or one of the halberds like the Vanished Light Halberd, and then they'll pair it with the offhand S-Stock. So what's good with the offhand weapons, again, guys, I said in my other videos, is that the offhand weapons come out very fast. So it comes out, an L1 comes out much faster than the S stock would be in the right hand. So this is perfect for roll catching or just like throwing people's timing off, opponents' timing off. They're used to the slow thrust of the Bloody Helix, so you could really just get them with the S stock. And if somebody has no poise, there's a lot of people out there that are all fashioned and they have no poise. You could literally bully them with this S stock because every hit will stun them. And a lot of the times I won't even use my spell. If I see somebody rocking no poise, I'm not even gonna bother using spells. I'm just gonna bully them with the S stock. They deserve, if you don't have any poise, you deserve to get stun locked with an S stock. So you'll just go like this and they're dead because the blood will just proc and silly them. Um, but this is kind of like a try hard E-ish setup because of the offhand S stock. It's not as broken as like double seppuku, you know, dual naginatas or whatever the case may be. You know, what's the other weapon called? The Rivers of Blood, whatever the case. Very strong setup. I'm not gonna lie. Bloody Helix is a great weapon. It's not broken, I don't think. Even with the offhand S stock, it's not broken. It's still, you know, completely fair. It's definitely a strong setup, but I tend to like to look cool, so I'll be using the blood spells as well as instead of just spamming the S stock L1, and that's kind of boring. I do it sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you, but we want to look cool when we kill people, right? You know, when we beat our opponents, we want to look cool, so you want to use some of these in there. Mix it up. As for the Bloody Helix, very strong weapon. You guys know the great thrusting weapons are very strong in this game. Any weapon with a poke is very strong in this game. But the great thrusting stores have this impeccable, amazing running R2 that covers so much distance and has so much phantom range. Like you think you're not even in the way of this thing, and you get hit from miles away. You're like, what the hell? How did that just happen? And that's what's insane about the great thrusting weapons. Also, the jumping R1s are really good. Jumping R1, I know on the Stitcher, the jumping R1 combos into another R1 if you land it. It's a true combo. I don't know if it is on the Helix or the other ones, but I've seen some of the top players do the jumping R1 into a follow-up R1, so that does combo. The weapon art is really good. You can use this kind of like just to iframe through attacks, really strong. Delay it. You want to kind of like bait people into it because people expect the follow-up R2, which is this. People expect it all the time. So you want to delay it. You could delay it a little bit. You could go with it, and at the last minute, then do it. That's when you're gonna hit somebody, or bait them into it. So you know you're attacking them. You start reading your opponent, and just preemptively do this, even without them attacking. Just preemptively do it, and then follow up with the R2. So let's go into our talismans. So since we are using thrusting weapons, we're going with the Spear Talisman. This will give us a nice, huge bonus on our thrusting damage when we do counter hits. So counter hit is when your opponent is in the middle of an attack and you attack them. You will deal a significant amount more damage to them. And yeah, so if you land the weapon art on the Helix during an attack animation, they're probably gonna get one shot with the Spear Talisman. I have the Old Lord's Talisman on because Flame grant me strength is very short duration, so I want to make sure it lasts throughout the duel. So I do have the Old Lord Talisman. Excuse me. But if you wish to have something else, if you want to have more stronger incantations, you can put the Canvas Flock Talisman on, which I don't know why I don't have it on here. Canvas Flock Talisman on there. If you want even stronger Bloody Helix weapon art, you can put the Shard of Alexander. If you want to use the jumping call talisman to enhance your jumping attacks, feel free. You could that slot is not a must-have. You could I just prefer it because I want my flame grant me strength to last me a longer time. Feel free to swap that out for whatever you want. Like I said, stronger incantations or stronger weapon art, whatever you want. We got the Bull Goat Talisman. This will reach our... Oh, we have 63. We have 63 poise with the medium roll, which is what we want. And then the Great Jar Arsenal, so we can do our medium rolls. And this is the fashion I'm wearing, guys. I have the Commoner headband, Black Knife armor, Fire Prelate gauntlets, and the Fire Prelate greaves. And then also, since we are using an Arcane build, we are using the Dragon Communion seal. That scales off of your Arcane. That is the seal you want to use for this build. My Physick Flask is the same as the last build. It is the Crimson Burst Crystal tier, which gives us a little HP boost over time, and then our Crystal Bubble tier, which heals us when we reach a certain damage threshold on our HP. I only use my Physick Flask if my opponent does. If they do not use it, I will not chug it. So there goes that. But, other than that, that pretty much sums up this build. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. I really love the look of it, and I love using the spells. They look really cool. They're unique. I don't see them too often, so it's nice. Change of pace, breath of fresh air, and it feels so sweet when you get the blood proc on a spell, the bleed proc on a spell, or when you land the weapon art on the bloody healers. Because look at this thing. This thing looks awesome. But that's about it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Give me a comment. Tell me what you think about it. And yeah, be on the lookout. My next video should be a lower level invasion build. Taking a break from the dueling build. So my next build should be a lower level invasion build. So I hope you guys enjoy that as well. But that's it. That's all I got for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll catch everybody on the next one.